welcome back to another review on the channel. Today, we will be taking a look at Lightning McQueen as the Easter Buggy. So, let's go over his appearance. So, he didn't appear in a movie or short, but he did appear in a book. Yep, that's right, Mattel did release some diecast for a book called Mattel and the Easter Buggy, where basically the plot is Mattel and the rest of the townies, including McQueen, are getting ready for Easter. They have these little baskets so that they can wait for the Easter Buggy, a part of the Easter Bunny, to bring them out their eggs/treats. And McQueen, for the first half of the book, was wearing these ears. And now I believe later on in the book, he accidentally backs up into a wall of paint and it ends up splattering all over him. Thus, we got a version of that McQueen as a diecast, which I will talk about more when we talk about the release of this guy. So it's actually pretty cool that Mattel based a diecast off of a book, because they usually just stick to the movies and sometimes video games. Actually, no, just movies and books, really. They never did anybody from the video games, sadly. But with this, hopefully Mattel will expand beyond the movies. So, talking about his releases now. He was released this year in 2021 Singles Case D, along with a re-release of the Easter Buggy. And there were two of him, so he'll probably end up being a little rare, but compared to others where they have only been released in one case and never re-included, I think this guy will become not as rare as those guys. Since there were two in a case, but he was not reissued in any other cases, so yeah, he might become rare, but like I said, I don't think he'll be Race Damage Mood Springs rare, but he might be a bit expensive on eBay and Amazon. And funny enough, this guy was actually cancelled in 2017, so yeah, they were going to add on a second wave to that first wave, which included Easter Ramon, Easter Mater, the Paint Splatter McQueen, and the Easter Buggy himself, all in baskets. That was the first wave, and then they were going to add on to that wave with a Fillmore and this McQueen as the Easter Buggy. But due to the oncoming releases of Chorus 3 and its many diecasts that needed to be produced, this guy got cancelled, along with that Fillmore and so many other 2017 cancelled cars. But the good thing is Mattel is uncanceling a bunch of their stuff, and they realized that we made a mistake cancelling this guy, so now we're going to do the right thing and uncancel him and release him this year, which I'm glad they did. And before I move on to the review, it's interesting to note that the cancelled version was going to have the Chorus 3 mold, which is this mold right here. And I'll put a picture on the screen right now of that cancelled version. And yeah, it looks really weird. I don't know why they were going to do that. I don't know what caused them to make them want to use the Chorus 3 mold. But when they released them this year, they thankfully used the Chorus 1 mold, which is the fatter model, as I like to call it. Which is good. It's accurate in the book. It's accurate in the movies, first of all. I don't know why Mattel slimmed him down to the costume mold, but anyways, enough of the releases. Let's just get on with the review of this guy now. So as you can see, he has his kind little smile and his eyes, which have an eye plate. And the eye plate, unfortunately, the color is a little bit darker compared to his main body, but it's not really a big deal. We have the Rusty's logo, the medicated Rusty's bubble ointment, wheel, and formula logo. Now, if you couldn't already tell, this is based off the Hudson Hornet Piston Cut McQueen, which is this paint job right here from the beginning of Chorus 2. And I'll do some more comparisons when we get there. But I'm just going to review him for who he is. He has the two bolts on the sides, and the little bolts that keep his hood down, his headlights, and it has a 95 with the bolt going behind it. If I can get my camera to focus, yeah. You can see that there's a bolt behind the 95. It's very grainy looking, I will admit, but it's not the worst thing Thailand has done. Here are the ears, which are nicely detailed. They're on I call this a headband, but I know it's not a headband, but I'm gonna call it a headband. It's a purple headband, and the ears themselves, yeah, a little grainy on the insides. Definitely wish they weren't as blurry, but they still look very good. And you can see the ears, which actually represent smokestacks, which is very creative. Very creative. He has the black tires with the red rim with yellow trim, which is accurate. So happy that a McQueen variant actually has a yellow trim, because he's supposed to have that. Like in Cars 1, he had the yellow trim, but Mattel never put it on. The only McQueens that they did put it on were obviously this one, the normal Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen, and its variants, Precision Series Cars 1 McQueen, and Rusty's McQueen from the beginning of Cars 3. And that's it. They didn't put it on anyone else. Cars 3 McQueen, he's actually supposed to have those rims, but Mattel made it only red, which, I mean, it's close, but this is accurate. This should be what he looks like in Cars 1 and 3, but glad they actually put it on and didn't forget it. You can see the 95 with the small bolt going behind it, the same logo we saw on the headlights, which I will remind you that these are stickers. These aren't like actual headlights yet, because at the time of Cars 2, he does not have working headlights, or at least at the beginning, I should say. He does get working headlights when he gets his World Grand Prix design. So we have the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup logo, the 95 with the bolt going behind it, like I said. And we have this ghost bolt going across it, which looks really nice and clean. His contingency sponsors are little torquey pistons, revolting, and mood springs. Definitely grainy looking, especially, I think revolting looks the worst out of them because you can't even tell it's revolting. Like, even if I zoom in, yeah, look how blurry that is. Yeah. Little torquey piston is probably the best one, and mood springs, it's okay, but yeah, definitely not as clear as the Chinese version. We have the gas cap, Rusty's logo. The 95 bolt thing is covered by the headband, sitting with the Lightning McQueen signature, but it is there, so you can see the little bits of it sticking out from the headband. We have the window bars, Rusty's logo on the spoiler, looking very grainy and faded out as well. I don't like that. On the back, we have his little spokes to keep his spoiler down. It looks like mine has a little chip. That's not what I like to see. Rusty's, the taillights, the 95 bolt design on the right one, medicated bubble ointment with no rookie stripes, because at the beginning of Cars 2, when he has his paint job, he isn't a rookie anymore. He's pretty much a legend at this point. The other side is the same, and here is the base. Mattel, busy pixel made in Thailand. This code M46A. So he was made in the 46th week of 2021 at the A factory, I believe. Or maybe it's 46th week of 2020 at the A factory. I don't know. I kind of forgot how to read the date codes and what the letters stand for each year. But yeah, that about does it for the review of this McQueen. Very nice. Definitely one of the best McQueen variants. Even if the decals aren't as clear, they still are very good. So, comparing it to the normal Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen, which I have reviewed, so I'll leave this link in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. So, you can see the expressions are very, very similar. This one's giving me a lot of anime-esque vibes, whereas this one is just normal. Spiral's a lot more smaller and flipped. The headlights are like way lower here for some reason on the buggy variant, whereas here they're higher, which I do like. The shades of red are also slightly different. This one's a bit lighter on the Thailand version. The wheels look very different. I do like the rims a lot though. They look a lot more cherry red. Here they look a bit too orangish for me. We have the logos. Yeah, this is definitely more clear, I will say. This just looks blurry. Especially the sponsors. You can tell, like, look how clear that is compared to that. So that's fun. The gas caps are the same. Rusty's logo. A lot more clear on this one. And looks more noticeable. Here it's a little bit blending in. I like the shading on this bolt though. I think it's a lot more realistic. And I actually like how the bolt goes up into the fender. Whereas here on this version, it's pretty much cuts off. Like, there's a few millimeters between the tip of the bolt and the fender. So, it's like it feels like a lot more squeezed in, which I don't like. Rusty's logos, both look bad. This one has too much black outline. This one looks faded. I just wish they didn't use that much black outline on the Chinese version. The spokes are actually silver, which I like on this one. However, the Rusty's logo and the taillights are a lot more better placed, and this one's a lot more bigger, which I like. And I feel like the medicated bubble ointment's placed on a lot more straighter. Here it's a little bit more crooked. And actually, the difference I noticed is that, look, the bumper is actually different. You can see On the buggy version, you can see that the bumper here actually protrudes out a lot more than on the original version. And you can see the spoiler is actually a bit taller on this version, the normal version. Now, granted, this is the original 2012 Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. I'm not sure if they corrected it when he got released in 2013/14, but I'm assuming they did not. So Thailand actually did a good job because this is supposed to be accurate to cars too. This is not. So theoretically, it's more similar to the Cars 1 McQueen. You can see the back bumper is protruding out a lot more on the Cars 1 and the Easter Buggy version. If my camera will focus, please. Yeah, so see you can see the protruding bumpers a lot more. Whereas here, you can see it's not as protruding. And for the Cars 3 one, I'm going to show it off quickly. It's even less protruding on this one. So very cool. They actually changed it up a little bit. So I thought it looked different. I initially thought they used the Cars 3 mold when I saw this, but now looking in person, I'm like, no, they didn't use it. They just slightly made it more accurate, which I like. So yeah, that about does it for the comparisons for Lightning McQueen as the Easter Buggy. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joel Quick Tire, signing out.